Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on the Elseworlds crossover. So Flash Season 5, Supergirl Season 4, and Arrow Season 7. Because they released the extended trailer for this crossover. It's less than, well, 4 or 5 days away, something like that. So yeah, let's just watch that new extended trailer right now.
Some people, they're just born lucky.
Barry, are you okay?
And that twist of fate makes them better.
Barry, did you time travel again?
No, I didn't.
Sorry, I was talking to Barry.
I am Barry.
Something is wrong with reality.
Everyone thinks we're each other.
Reshape the world as you see fit.
You did this to us. You can undo it. Why would I want to?
A crisis is coming.
We need to start acting like each other.
I meant to do that!
I know where to find them. Gotham City.
Who's this badass?
The rain on your parade.
Your team betrayed you. You needed them, and they weren't there.
He's rewriting reality again.
Enough! You will not do to this earth what you did to mine.
I offered you godhood. Show them what a real god can do.
Elseworlds, the 3-night crossover event starts Sunday 8/7 Central on the CW.
So, yeah, this got me very excited. There's a couple of things here that some of you guys actually might have missed. There's one thing in particular which I think a decent amount of people might miss, and we'll jump into that when we eventually get there, which is really exciting. But if you enjoyed that trailer and just are excited for this crossover in general, be sure to drop a like and video to show your support, and yeah, all of that. And of course, let me know in the comment section down below, what's the one thing you're looking forward to the most in this crossover? I'm sure there's a plethora of different things you're looking forward to, but try and narrow it down to one thing that you were super, super excited for. We start off this trailer by seeing Oliver Queen waking up as Barry Allen, which we've seen before. However, we do see him go to the mirror and notice that he has no scars or burns, which is, you know, whenever Oliver wakes up and he goes to have a shower or just looks in the mirror without his shirt off, he'd be like, oh, okay, wow, look at my body, it's been stabbed up. But as you can see here, he's looking, he must be like, what the hell, did I get plastic surgery overnight? What the hell? Where'd all these things go? We then move on to Dr. Deegan, aka Dr. Destiny, giving like a lecture or presentation of sorts. It's hard to tell whether he is at like a university or just like a conference or something like that. But he is talking about like a twist of fate making someone better or making a person better. So will Barry and Oliver swapping identities actually make them better people? Possibly. You'd have to think it'd have some sort of positive effect, even though it could have some negatives. But we'll have to wait and see, but I can't see it being all negative. There must be some things that they might take out of it. But we do see Barry as Oliver Queen, aka Green Arrow, kicking Diggle's ass to next week. But similar to Oliver, he looks at his body and, to the opposite of Oliver, finds out that he has the tattoos and scars from 5 years in hell. Now, it would be really cool if they did have a flashback to like Barry on the island or Grant Gustin as Oliver Queen on the island. I'm not expecting that. You know, I'd be shocked if that happened. It'd be pretty cool if they did that though. But you know, Oliver Queen is the Flash. You know, I don't think it's going to be that much different. It's just going to be him with speed. But seeing Grant Gustin do this stuff as Oliver Queen, like all the stunts and just the archery in general, is going to be such a change. So I'm really intrigued to see how he pulls it off. Now we do have Team Flash questioning Barry and the real Barry getting triggered. So they're questioning Barry, or the Oliver Queen version of Barry. And then the actual Barry that, you know, we're used to, you know, seeing play the character is getting quite triggered by all of it. Now, I can see this scene being, like, quite humorous. Like, in the trailer, trying to make it, like, sort of like, oh, not good. But in the actual episode, I'm guessing it'll be quite funny. Now, the Flash episode, which is the first episode of the crossover, goes Flash, Arrow, then Supergirl. The first episode with the Flash is supposed to be, like, quite funny, while the last two are more, you know, sort of serious in tone and more like action-packed, while this episode sort of meant to set up the hilarity around it, and just like the awkwardness and just, you know, just the oddball, you know, scenario that we're in. That's the whole point of that episode. And then, you know, the Arrow episode and Supergirl episode meant to, like, you know, build up the plot, you know, introduce some dark stuff and the big threat, and then, you know, finish it all off. Now, we do see Oliver first using his speed here. Now, I'm really intrigued to see when he'll actually use his speed first. It should be great. And then we also see Barry using some combat and archery. Just, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, their first realizations that they're, you know, they have special abilities. Like, I think Barry as Oliver Queen is going to figure that out first, because it seems that he's going to be fighting Diggle when he comes to. You'd think so. But then Oliver might just find it out, you know, when he's like, oh crap, I am Barry Allen. Maybe just tries to run and see that he has speed. So I'm looking forward to seeing these two, like, introductory scenes to their new abilities. Now we do see the Monitor giving Dr. Destiny like the big book we've seen in a couple of promo images and set photos and stuff like that. And it does seem it is going to be the Book of Souls from the comics, otherwise known as the Book of Destiny. You can Google that up if you want. Now the Monitor tells him to like reshape the world as he sees fit. Once again, going to be interesting to see why he picks Oliver Queen and Barry Allen, or the Green Arrow and the Flash, to swap around, because when we go into this new reality in the first episode, it seems like they're the only two that have changed. So why them? That's going to be extremely interesting to find out. Now, this is probably one of the big moments that a lot of people went like, oh, wow, did he just say that? And that's when the 90s Flash, or the John Wesley ship Barry Allen, says a crisis is coming. Now, do I even have to go into more detail in regards to this? Do I have to? But we did get a tease at the end of this week's episodes of Supergirl, Arrow, and The Flash, with like Earth 90 destroyed, all these heroes dead on the ground, and then the 90s Flash running away from the Monitor, as it seemed like he was going to eat up that world or something like that, or just change reality again or something along those lines. Now, I did mention this in my sort of breakdown of that scene, that I think the Monitor is testing different Earths and to like find heroes worthy of helping him take down his brother, the Anti-Monitor. So with the Elseworlds crossover, we know we're getting that black suit Superman, who is going to be that big threat that the heroes have to take down, and the Monitor's, going to see if they're worthy, if they can actually take him down. So on Earth 90, they could have had like a super evil version of Supergirl, or another big hero or something of that magnitude that would take all these heroes to take them on and try and defeat them and show them that they're worthy. Obviously Earth 90 failed, wasn't successful, and that whole Earth's going to perish now. But with the Monitor, his mindset to all of this is like, well, the Anti-Monitor, or this other big threat, is a massive threat to the entire multiverse. So sacrificing a few Earths is worth it if it's going to allow me to like build this team up to take down this threat that could destroy the entire multiverse. You got to sacrifice some to defend the rest. That's probably his mentality around all of it. We'll have to wait and see if that theory of mine sort of works out, but I think that'd be a pretty cool idea. Let me know if you agree with that in the comments. Now we do get Batwoman, a new shot of her pulling out a Batarang. It's a pretty cool shot, but we also do get our first look at Kate Kane, which I think she looks pretty sick. Now I can see some people complaining about her normal look, how she doesn't have like short red hair or ginger hair or anything like that, but as long as her Batwoman looks great with the wig and the suit and stuff, which it does, I think it looks great. I think that is all that really matters. I know some people might nitpick and be like, it has to be like this, but I think if her Batwoman looks good, I think that's fine. It's like with Grant Gustin. Literally looks nothing like Barry Allen. Literally looks nothing like him from the comics. However, when he suited up as the Flash, you go, yeah, I believe that. That's the Flash. So I think with Kate Kane, you have to give her the same treatment, or at least Ruby Rose in that role as Batwoman. You have to give her the same treatment. As long as she looks like Batwoman when she's in that Batwoman suit, that's all that really matters. And in regards to Ruby Rose, I'm super excited to see her in this role. A lot of people are doubting her. Fellow Australian, let's go for it. Let's show them all wrong. Now, we do see Ralph knock out Barry as Oliver Queen here. Now, I'm guessing that is due to him just like walking into Star Labs and seeing that Ralph has never actually met Oliver Queen, I'm pretty sure. He probably thinks he's like an intruder or something, so just like knocks him out. So that's what I'm assuming happens here. It was a pretty random scene, but I'm guessing that's maybe the case. Now, this is a pretty interesting scene. We actually see Diggle and Killer Frost working for the black suit Superman. So you can't see it clearly, but the guy in the back left actually has like the black suit Superman like insignia on his chest that we did see Alex Danvers wearing in the Supergirl sort of teaser for this Elseworlds crossover. So I'm guessing obviously this is going to be after like reality is completely changed and just sort of messed up. But it almost seems like Killer Frost is like reluctant to work there, but we don't really know what happens, like what's going on with this black suit Superman, like the rule that he has on planet Earth or this city. It hasn't been established yet. We'll have to wait till the actual episode to find that out. But we do see Diggle and Killer Frost working here. It'll be interesting to see who else we see working here as well. Now we do see Felicity, Curtis, Diggle, and Caitlin on a rooftop with like some sort of device. And in the background, we do see red lightning shooting down. So is this meant to be like the red skies from the Crisis event that Barry disappears in? Like what's going on here? They are sort of going very, like going into this crossover, they said, oh, it's much smaller than last year's one, Crisis on Earth X. But I think that just means smaller because like the cast size is down. Like the threat that is facing them in this crossover is bigger than both Invasion and Crisis on Earth X, in my opinion at least. And we haven't even watched the crossover. We can tell from the trailers that it's bigger, or at least they're portraying it as bigger, even though they're saying that it's smaller. So I'm super intrigued, especially because, you know, the 90s Flash saying a crisis is coming. We saw the teaser of what the Monitor did to Earth 90. So, you know, you'd think the same would be facing Earth 1. And, you know, if they're going to this big Crisis on Infinite Earths potential event later on, you know, this is going to be pretty massive. So I'm intrigued to see what they're, you know, up on this rooftop doing. But it seems like they are actually just setting up that big Crisis event to come eventually. And we do see the black suit Superman in Star Labs. As I said, it seems like, you know, Star Labs is just his headquarters or something for this, you know, new reality that's happened. That's going to seem to be changed at the end of Arrow. We're leading into Supergirl. But yeah, it's these like HQ of sorts. We did see a set photo where there's like a big Superman emblem outside Star Labs. So I'm interested to see like what happens here. But I'll have to wait and see. It's hard to tell after like such limited stuff. But here is like one of the big things that happens in the trailer. We do see like Reverse Flash. Like, what the hell? What is he doing here? But it is hard to tell if he is punching the real Barry Allen or the Oliver Queen version. But it is cool to see him show up, especially because if you've watched The Flash recently, what happens at the end of episode 8. Now, we knew Tom Cavanagh would be playing another character in this crossover outside of Sherlock Wells. And here is that reveal. It's Reverse Flash. But why is he in it? Is this like before the big reality change leading into the Supergirl episode? Or is this in another episode? Like, it looks like he's in Arkham Asylum by the looks of it. Hard to be 100% sure, but that's where it looks like he is. It could be in some other underground area, but like that red light and just the general look of it makes it look like it could be Arkham Asylum. But I don't know why he would be in this crossover. As I said, if it is they're doing like the Crisis event or anything like that, then, you know, he sort of has to be there for it. But I don't know, it doesn't seem like he's going to have that big of a role in it just based off things we've seen, but who knows what they're going to do with the character. One quick thing that happens in this trailer is that I'm pretty sure we see Deathstroke, however, it's the Joe Wilson version, so Slade Wilson's son. I'm pretty sure that's meant to be Deathstroke. He has like a big sword and stuff like that. He's wearing armor. He's just not wearing, you know, a mask. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be like an Elseworlds version of Deathstroke. We know that, well, this is played by Liam Hall, who played Joe Wilson last season on Arrow, and we know that Liam Hall will also be playing like a Central City cop alongside Kirk Acevedo, who plays Ricardo Diaz, and John Barrowman, who has played Malcolm Merlyn. So they're going to be cops, but it also seems like he's going to be Deathstroke in some other sort of version as well. And to finish off the trailer, we also do see a first moving version look at Amazo. Essentially, he can like sort of like just look at a person's superhero's powers and copy them. From what I've heard in the crossover, he's going to be able to hold multiple powers at once, which I don't think is a thing in the comics. I think he can only hold one person's powers at once and just copy them, but he can swap back and forth. So he can look at Superman, have Superman's abilities, look at the Flash, then change and have the Flash's abilities. So I have to wait and see how it works in the actual crossover. But the actual first real look at him was in the crossover poster, which was released like a day or two ago, which I'll show on screen right now. But yeah, guys, that was the extended crossover trailer. That's probably going to be the last sort of trailer activity we get for this crossover because it's only, you know, 5 days away or something like that. But if you enjoyed the video, it would be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on what you went over, what you're looking forward to the most from what you've seen in this trailer, and just leave like all your general opinions down there in the comments. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.